Hello, everybody. Aaron Prime 117 here, and welcome back to the final movie review of the 2023 films. It's been a while and all, but I've been waiting to get to this one because this one has a lot of magic in it, and it's also for the Disney style. Now, let's go into it a little bit, though. Whenever you look up at the stars at night and you wish upon one, you feel like your dreams could come true and all. Well, they can, though. No, but it's not just wishing, though. I'm betting also God's up there. They're watching you from the stars in heaven and all because everything that happens and all for wishes, He could grant them. You can fulfill them. And what can we say? Hey, Disney fulfills them. So yeah, that's what it is, everybody. The movie Wish. If you didn't understand anything I just said, had it all in this little intro. Oh, you can sound off in the comments and all. But don't judge me, though, because all I do was just try to make things fun and entertaining. Now, into the movie. So, the movie Wish is it was so amazing and all. Brought together a lot of fun-filled things from Disney magic and wishing and all. And especially the main star, the young girl named Asha, who gives tours of her home kingdom of Rosa, which is ruled by the king known as Magnifico. And not to mention, though, it was all pretty interesting and all. He's the only guy who can use magic and all, though. Everyone loves him and all. The whole kingdom is really interesting, too. Now, Asha wanted to become, I believe, the king's assistant or servant or, attendant, I believe. And, she was the only one I believe, that was ever shown the special room with all those wishes and all. And when she met the king, which was pretty cool and all, but she didn't get that job, which was a bit disappointing though, because she wanted to see the wish of one of her family members granted and all. But I keep forgetting in his name and what he is in her family. But he's like a grandpa, I believe. If anyone remembers who he is, sound off in the comments. Now, the Wish movie went so far and all, and not to mention, it did so well on the story and the credits and the climax, the final fight and everything and all, and the use of magic and all was pretty cool and all. And the king was pretty good too, though until he showed his dark side, though which was later on, though. But we'll get to that shortly. Going into Asha's little piece and all, when she didn't get the job as the king's attendant or ever, though, and a few minutes later, then comes the nightfall. Well, and she's singing this song called "I Make This Wish" and all. Looking up at the stars that guide her and all, it's all pretty cool and all. Not to mention, and what happens after that when she's done singing, and then all of a sudden the sky glows a little bit and a star comes down from the sky, and it's got magic in it too, and it's kind of like a friendly star too. Well, it is a friendly star, and it grants her the power of magic and all. And somehow the king is able to sense that power for some reason. Now, I don't know how he was able to sense it, though, or maybe his magic powers and all that he was able to conjure with spells and all was able to give him a way of sensory. But that was all pretty interesting to it, though. And, later on, he also gets questioned, too, and all. And that's, it was pretty funny, actually, though. When he just wanted it all to stop. And then comes one of the funniest moments and all. The song, when he sings, he's all, "This is the thanks I get." He's acting like it's got all swag and all in the song. And the way he's reflecting on his past and all as the ruler and all. On what he's done and all. And when he says, "This is the thanks I get, da 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 da, this is the thanks I get, da 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 da." I was laughing at those parts because he feels like it's like everyone's betraying him and all, and he's that he's done so much and all, and no one's caring, and but they are though, and they just have their concerns and all, and that's it. But he takes it the wrong way though. And in the end, he actually ends up pulling out that forbidden spell book, a book that Asha saw before when she met him. And It was all pretty interesting and all because he brought a lot of dark magic out of that book, though. And when his queen found out, she was very devastated because they both made a pact deciding to never use that book, though. But the king did, though, because he wanted to have his way. And that was pretty fun and all, because, like, Asha was determined to stop Magnifico's hold over the people and for what he was doing and all. Not choosing to grant wishes, certain wishes and all, even though none of the wishes that he had in that room and all didn't look so bad, but only he would decide which ones get granted and all. That was a bit of a stubborn move for him, though. And it looked like a lot of those wishes were harmless, too. Because everyone had a wish they wanted to fulfill in their life and all. And just everything that came together. And when Asha and her friends were together singing and all, trying to get that determination going, it was like they were determined to fight and all after everything that had happened. And even after the queen found out about her husband using that forbidden book, she joined with Asha and her friends too. So that's quite a bold move too. And everything that goes on in these movies is just like, it pulls together the story and like brings together the climax with everything that leads up to it. And of course, then leading up to the final battle when they're trying to save the wishes and all, and Magnifico's got full control and has captured the star and all. It just all seems like all hope is lost until Asha begins the reprise version of I Make This Wish. And then Magnifico keeps using his powers from his staff, not from that he made from that dark spell book just to shut her up and all. But in the end, everyone begins singing then too. And when he tries to silence them all like this, silence! Flints it all with the dark magic and all. Everyone is then singing and all, and the light is returning. And then all of a sudden, his grip on the magic is failing and fading away. And then, like, the star pops out of the scepter. And that was really, really awesome, though, because as soon as the star broke free, all the wishes were rising up. And the power was turning against him. And you don't see something like that too much in many movies and all. Of course, if the magic power chooses to fight against the wielder and all, well, because you don't know how to use it well, nor did you study the magic. But that was all pretty fun and all, too. Especially after Magnifico was then sealed away in his staff, I believe, in a mirror. Here, and like everything was turned back to normal, and everyone got their wishes back, and so many were then granted, but the civilians fulfilled it themselves. Even Asha's family member, or grandpa, whatever his name was, though, and like after it all came to an end, that was really cool. And it was also cool to see that Magnifico was trapped inside a mirror in the end, and though because he was feeling all tight and lonely and all, only wanted to be set free. And then demanding that he be set free, his queen said this, no. And it was like, that was so funny and all. And he was like, what? What? After everything I've done for you, for Rosa, this is the thanks I get? That was so funny and all. Oh, especially when she said this. This is the thanks you deserve. Hang it on the wall in the dungeon. That was so funny and all. Especially when the king said this in fear. No, please. No, not the dungeon. It's all dark and smelly in there. That was so funny and all. Not to mention, like, the way the movie played out and all, I was, like, laughing so much and all with part of it, though, and everything that flew into place. I couldn't have expected so much better from an ending like that. Not to mention, like, the magic is there and all, and, like, the rulings are there, and everyone is happy. Though I wonder if they do make a second wish, could Magnifico ever be set free ever again, though? But it was so good to see how he got his comeuppance and all that, though. And then moving a little into the credits, though. Of course, we have the ending scene, though. But the way the music was playing in the credits and all, and there were outlines of almost every Disney character that was like in star form. It was so magical and all. It felt like a true sign of Disney magic and nostalgia being shown within the credits and all. Because it was also for the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Studios. What was that the Wish movie fell into place with. And also, Asha was part of that short Once Upon a Studio, which was very, very good and all. And now, thinking about my future with Disney and all, I am determined to make my future success and all when I reapply to Disney. And this movie was a good kicker too. Not to mention a good push of energy and a good push of enthusiasm to fulfill your dreams and destiny. Well, I don't mean the word destiny, but your dreams of what you want to achieve and all. You can make it happen. Follow the words of God. Follow the words of Walt Disney. Follow the words of your own path and all. And even follow the quotes that these characters have said and all. Well, that made them successful. It's all there. And like, it's just part of the magic. Part of the love. The fantasy. The adventure. The far tomorrow. Why did I say the far tomorrow? I meant to say the next tomorrow. You know what I mean, though. And sound off in the comments on everything you think about it and all, and what you thought about the movie, too. Because I'd like to hear some feedback on what you guys thought. Because it was a really great movie, and I loved it. So, even if you didn't like it, that's okay. There's still the magic and all. And who knows? There could be even more magic coming our way with other films just like Wish. Not to mention, maybe sequels. And it would be cool and all, so when it all happens and falls into play, you'll see what I'm talking about, though, if you don't understand. But if you ask a question in the comments, too, about it, I'll try my best to answer. Well, it's time to cut it down, everybody, so I'm ending this now. This was the final movie review, and I hope you all enjoyed it. So stay tuned. There is more coming, and it will soon be uploaded. And I got a lot of editing to do too with all this. So, I will see you all when the next video I make after these reviews are uploaded and edited. And, as a special bonus too, I've decided I will now begin uploading those Disney videos I promised I'd make in my last trip and from my trips before. I know I fell behind on that, but I promised I would get them up, and I will. And there will also be some side videos on what they represent too. So stay tuned, everyone. There is more coming, and I hope you all enjoyed the fun. Remember, when you wish upon a star, dreams do come true. And I will see you all soon. Keep it live, keep wishing, keep dreaming, and keep the magic alive. Aaron Prime 117, signing off.